Welcome to BBC Podcast, Tapping In with Tucci again. Today, we got a historic, big time guest coming in right now. I'm going to go ahead and run the intro. I'm going to go ahead and let him introduce himself.
Oh, baby, you so juicy. Yeah, yeah. Do you mind if I slide? You like the way I work you out. I don't mind if you tease me now. My lady, you deserve a crown now. I like it when you take it to the ground. Do your dance, mommy. Yes. Honey, I like the way you work for me. The way you move your ass got me going down. You got it, girl, you got it.
All right, so man. So shout out to everybody who's going to be watching this, man. My name is Mr. Locario. I'm a dating and life coach. I teach men and women to figure out exactly what they want in their dating lives. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you for having me on here. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no,
and
sure.
Let's get into it. Let's go.
All right, man. So first thing, man, I checked out a couple things recently, just following you. I say the last 3 weeks. Can you give me your opinion, man, on what you feel like does it really exist in women nowadays, transferring over to 23, 24? Do they really understand what is a high value man or a man that's just a value that's just rare out in the market? I know everyone's saturated with social media and they think that the next man can be replaced so easily. But do women really understand on what it takes to actually get a good man?
Well, I'll say this, the whole thing about I think, with high value man stuff, that concept has been so saturated with people talking about that topic. But I would say this is that a woman can get a man that she would actually get value from, right? But she has to recognize the value within that guy, right? And so sometimes women don't recognize when a guy like that comes around. Or what happens is that they do recognize when a guy comes around like that, but she may not be confident enough to actually deal with that guy. So you either have women who don't understand it or women who do understand it and they run away from it. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of times in relationships, in relationships dynamics, people's insecurities also play a part in how they approach things. So you might meet a woman, you might be interested in her, you might be an on-point dude, but because you are an on-point dude, she may not necessarily want to deal with you because she's like, man, I don't want him to realize that I don't really got nothing going on. And then therefore he's going to fall back and I don't want to have to deal with that. So she just cuts it off at the beginning. It's just like where a guy, he might see a girl who's attractive across the room and he already says, man, she looked like she got an attitude. I'm not going to approach her. So then he's already dismissed himself before he could do it because of his insecurity. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Right.
Can you touch bases on, give me 3 common mistakes guys always make on the first date?
Okay, I say it. So I say 3 mistakes, or one of them is going on any type of date that doesn't make it easy for you to be sexual with the woman. And when I say sexual, what I mean is that you have to build sexual tension and you have to see if this woman is sexually interested. So dates like going to the movies, going to dinner, going, doing some type of activity like hiking and stuff like that. Those type of dates, they're okay, but it's not the best type of date because what happens is that when you first meet women, the main thing you need to know is this woman sexually attracted to me, right? So you might be sexually attracted to her, but you need to see if she's sexually attracted to you because women will go on dates with guys that they're not into just to go out. You know what I'm saying? She's like, well, I'm bored with this guy. So you're wasting time with a woman who's not interested in you. So I would say the first thing is mistake is guys do dates that don't make it easy for them to build sexual tension and sexual attraction. So I would say the best type of dates are go to get drinks. Even coffee is even better than, going to dinner and stuff like that. But you want something to where it actually be sitting next to you, close to you, so where you can have that, back and forth interaction. And I'll say that the second, thing that mistake that guys do on the first date, goes along with what I was saying about, sexual attraction is that they don't actually flirt. So a lot of guys will go on dates and they'll be very platonic. They'll ask her boring questions. Oh, so what do you do for a living? And what's your favorite food and all? And that's fine for a little bit of small talk, but you have to get into flirting. If you do not flirt, you cannot see if this girl is interested in you sexually, right? Okay. And I would say I would say the third mistake that guys make when going on dates, on first dates, is going on first dates strictly to try to smash, right? So again, you're still looking to see if a woman is sexually interested, but if your whole point of going on the date is just to smash, then you're wasting time because you could have just called her up and said, "Hey, come over and let's smash." You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I mean,
time on the date when you could have just so the thing is, a date is really to fill the woman out, right? Because you still want to fill her out to see if there's a vibe there, but at the same time, it's to fill her out to see if you want to like have this woman in some form of fashion be in some way consistent in the situation. So if I just want to smash and I know I just want to hit this once and keep it moving, I'm not gonna go on a date. I'm gonna just tell, hey, come through to the crib, let's have fun, and then we keep it moving. But if I'm on a date, it's more so, okay, this could be a chick that I may want to see on a consistent basis, even if it's just a fuck buddy situation or a situation where we're just hooking up. But I still want to feel her out because I may want to see her more times. So I'm trying to see if she's the cool enough girl to see more than one time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
So that's really what
so pretty much like I'm pretty sure my subscribers, they're gonna be like, man, but Locario talking about this, but like how can I actually smash the girl without the date? So what would you tell them?
Right. So basically it's real simple. So let's say if you meet a girl on, at a party, bar, event, in the street, whatever, right? And y'all exchange information or you give her your number or whatever. And all you need to do is hit her up and say, hey, listen, when are you free? Right? I want you to come by my place at this time, this date, because this is what I want to do. I want to hook up, I want to have sex, I want to have some fun with you in the bedroom, whatever it is. You let her know that just straight up. So you're just telling her, come straight to the crib, right? Now, if you meet a girl online, the best course of action to do, and I talk about this in my programs, is when you meet a girl online, what you need to do is you need to get her on a phone call or a FaceTime. While you're on the phone call or FaceTime, you talk to her and you flirt with her on there, and then you invite her over. Now, there's the right way to do this and the wrong way to do this. I'm not going to get too much into that because there's a lot more, details into it. But if, dudes want to know, they could definitely hit me up. And I got a program called Bad Boy Membership. It's badboymembership.com, and I break all that stuff down. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Real quick, can you give them a quick tip, though? How can they be flirty without being thirsty?
Right. So the thing is thirstiness really is coming from a place of consistently trying a situation where a woman is not interested. So you can't, so the thing is, showing sexual intent is not thirsty. Thirstiness comes from showing sexual intent with a woman who's clearly let you know she's not interested. You see what I'm saying? So all she needs to do is tell you once or show you once she's not interested. And if you keep trying, then you're being thirsty. So a guy, right? So if a guy, so a lot of guys are like, I don't want to seem thirsty, so I don't want to mention sex. No. You can tell a chick, hey, I'm interested in, hooking up with you. If she's like, oh no, I'm not into that, or I'm not that type of girl, or she says any type of that nonsense, it's like, all right, cool, well, no problem. Listen, I'm gonna give you my number. Hit me up if you change your mind, and then you just keep it moving, right? But if she's like, I don't want to do this, but you keep trying, you're like, but come on, you know what I'm saying? Like, why can't we do this? Like, yeah, just come over, please. It's like you're basically begging. Then that's being thirsty. So showing intent is not thirsty. It's thirstiness when the woman is clearly letting you know she's not interested, and you keep going, you keep trying, and that's where the thirstiness comes in. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, I get you. Well said.
Right.
Next, can you speak highly on your opinion on is it okay, not okay, or a brief way on how to do it about men leading with their wallet? Like, I know I'm not that highly attractive. I'm not too much in good of a shape, but I got a good job. I got a nice car. I don't know if she know it.
Right.
People come on dates or they already prepping the date, talking about what they do for a living. Girl, I'm about to make this move, go get this money real quick. Like they pretty much leading with their wallet.
Right. Yeah. And this is the thing. I always tell guys, never, ever, 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 ever lead with your wallet. Like I was saying earlier, you have to lead with sex appeal always, never your wallet. So the reason why I say that is when you lead with your wallet, what you do is that you put yourself in a category of a guy who's a trick, a guy who's a simp, or a guy who she's, basically just going to use for, a guy who's going to be a provider type of guy, right? So what happens is this is, and I talk about this actually, I have a book called "Looks Don't Matter." It just talks about how to attract women beyond your looks. You know what I'm saying?
What's up?
And in that book, I talk about there's 5 types of attraction a woman is going to have for you, right? So and this is no order of importance, but it's physical attraction. I'll break them all down. It's physical attraction, sexual attraction, behavioral attraction, resource attraction, and friendship attraction. So I'll break it down real quick. Okay. Physical attraction means a woman is attracted to you based on how you look. And what that means is that she may be attracted to you just the way you look, meaning she sees you. She's like, that guy's a handsome guy. Right? Now, physical attraction does not always necessarily mean she wants to have sex with you. Physical attraction does not necessarily mean she's into you sexually, meaning she wants to do you. It just means she's looking at you and she's like, she looks good. Okay. Now, physical attraction can be sexual attraction in some situations. If she's looking at you, she says he looks good, and then that turns her on, right? So in some forms, physical attraction is sexual, but in some forms, she just might think you're cute. This is why a lot of times, guys, and a lot of guys who women would consider good looking have been through this, where they meet a girl, the girl might even say out her mouth, "Oh, you're so hot, you're so handsome, you're so cute," and she still won't have sex with him. Why? Because she's not sexually attracted to him. She just thinks he's cute. Now, if she thinks he's cute, plus she's sexually attracted to him, then she'll do it. So that's physical attraction. Sexual attraction is when a woman is attracted to you because she finds you sexually appealing. So sexual attraction is a combination of your looks, appearance, and behavior. So what happens is that this is why I tell guys you have to work on your sex appeal, because that's the thing that makes women want to have sex with you, right? Okay. And so this is why I say that it's looks, appearance, and behavior. So if you have a certain look, if she's physically attracted to you and that turns her on, that means a sexual attraction. If you dress nice, you smell good, your teeth are brushed, all that other stuff, your appearance makes you even more appealing to the eye and all that other stuff. Then your behavior is if you have masculine traits, meaning that you're the type of guy who's assertive, who's dominant, the type of guy who knows how to make decisions, stuff like that. Those are the things that make you sexually appealing, right? So that's sexual attraction. Now, the third type of attraction I have is behavioral attraction. This is when a woman is attracted strictly to your behavior, meaning that, let's say, for example, you're a guy who's humorous, like you tell a lot of jokes and you're funny and you're entertaining. She may be interested in you or she may be interested in being around you because you make her laugh. Doesn't necessarily mean she wants to have sex with you, but you make her laugh. So she's attracted to you because of your behavior. Now, a lot of these things can overlap. So a woman could be sexually attracted to you and think you're funny and stuff like that. But I'm just breaking them all down, simply. So behavioral attraction is just a woman attracted to you based on your behavior strictly, and that's it. Now, resource attraction, this is what we're talking about with leading with your wallet. Resource attraction is when a woman is attracted to you because you're the type of guy who can provide resources. So if she's only attracted to you because of your resources, that means that she is only interested in you mainly because of what you can do for her financially, what you can do for her as far as like giving her that sense of security based on your resources, right? And then the last type of attraction I mentioned is friendship attraction. This is when a woman is attracted to you just as a friend. This is what they call the friend zone. So when you're in the friend zone, she's attracted to you because you can be the guy that can listen to her when she's complaining about whatever, talk to her on the phone, take her out, hang out with her. She likes those things. She's giving her attention because you are, that friend, right? And this thing, like a woman could be attracted to your resources and she could think you're cute. You know what I'm saying? A woman could think you're sexually appealing and also be attracted to your resource. So they can mix and match. The only two that don't mix and match is sexual attraction and friendship attraction. So if a woman has you in a friend zone, she does not see you as sexually appealing at all, period. It ain't happening. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So back to the question of a guy leading with his wallet, what happens is that since the highest form of attraction, which is actually the highest form of attraction is sexual attraction, when a woman is attracted to you because of resources or mainly because you're leading with your wallet, that means you are never in first place. The guy who is always in first place is the guy she's sexually attracted to, period. So this is why a guy who has a lot of money, he can attract the woman because he has a lot of money. But then what's going to happen is she'll basically move from him or cheat on him with the guy she's sexually attracted to. This is why you have women in marriages who the guy is, he could be a millionaire and she's sleeping with a bum on the side. You understand? She's cheating on a guy who's home. You see what I'm saying? Because that whole guy is more sexually appealing than her husband. And so that's why I tell guys, it's good to have your finances and all that, especially, you need that for yourself. But if you're solely using money to attract women, you're always going to lose, and you're always going to be in the second place. You're never going to be in first place. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, let's say it again. Let's see. Right. Guys that are sitting, maybe preferably, they would probably say, "Man, I'm stuck in the friend zone. I can never get out of here." Or girls always tell me, "Man, I'm nice. I'm just not the right guy," or whatever it is. And they want to feel like I need to change this image, whether they feel that they're beta, whether they feel they're alpha, whatever those concepts are. But they know that they have to show some type of bad boy in them. Can you just briefly give it like a little small steps on how to become the correct type of bad boy?
Yeah, well, the thing is real simple, and this is what most guys don't do. And if they do this one thing, it's going to be their whole dating life and whole situation is going to change forever. And it's this simple. I'll break it down, but it's so simple it's complicated. But it's like this: all you need to do is make sure that you're doing everything for you and never doing anything for women. It's that simple.
Okay.
So basically, what most guys do is the opposite. They do everything for women and they push themselves to the side to try to gain something from her. So what that means when I say never do anything for women, just do things for you, what that means is you have to be 100% honest and 100% about what you want and focus on that and never waver. So, for example, let's say you're like, you know what, I want to, I'm a 20, let's say you're like a 25, 26-year-old guy. You're like, look, I'm not trying to settle down. I'm just trying to have some fun with some baddies, hook up and have some fun and all this other stuff, right? So what happens is that you say to yourself, you know what I want? I want to go out, get some drinks, meet some hot chicks, take them back to my spot, smash, right? So now what happens is that you're going to meet a woman and you're going to say to her, hey, meet me for a drink. And then, after we get the drink, if the vibe is cool, we'll go back to my place and have some fun. And then that woman's going to say to you, well, can we go to dinner instead? And, I wanted to talking it, right? So now you have two choices. You either kick her to the curb or you do what she wants to do. Well, most guys are going to think they're going to do what she wants to do because she's a baddie, right? So they're going to just take her. So what happens is what you should do, which is going to make you more attractive, is you tell that woman, no, listen, I'm going to go get drinks. I'm going to go on Friday. Here's my number. If you change your mind, hit me up and meet me at the spot or whatever it is. And that's it. And you just leave her. You see what I'm saying? So now what happens is that girl may never call again, but it's not about the woman. What it is that you're strengthening your own mind and your own game so that you consistently only do things you want to do. So what's going to happen is you're going to start attracting more women who want to do what you want to do, right? Okay. And so what happens is that she sees that you are a guy who doesn't waver and who's not moved by women, whereas most guys are moved by women. So what happens is that you start to stand out from the crowd. You start to become a man where other guys are basically being males. They're basically being run by women. They're basically doing anything that a woman wants them to do. And so what happens is that when you're able to stick to what you want to do and do your own thing, women who are interested in you are going to start following your lead and start going in your direction because they're interested in you and they want to be in your presence and be in that situation. The problem is so many guys, what they do is they flip-flop and they do whatever the woman wants. And so therefore they don't have any stance on anything. And the woman is leading them. And the woman is not really that attracted to those guys. These are the type of guys that get used. These are the type of guys that get used for the money, all that other stuff. Yeah. So what happens is really just starting to stick with what you want to do as a man. And then you're going to start to see that women are actually acquiescing to what you want, but you got to be able to stick with it. Meaning that you need to be able to tell 10 women in a row no. You need to be able to dismiss 10 women in a row and not fold, and then get the 11th one. You see what I'm saying? But most guys have discipline. You see what I'm saying? That's the problem.
They don't. Real quick, can you share like that how you broke that down completely perfectly? But the part where they tell the woman no, my way or no way, and they sit back and say, man, Locario, man, I've been hunting this girl down for like weeks, man. She barely answered a DM. I see she gets likes, emojis on her shit all day, every day, man. Like, I actually feel a little special that she hit me up because I see she has options. it's hard to tell a girl no. Like how can that guy program his mind that she's pretty, just how everybody else on the internet is pretty, man, that there's another one out there, that they're so fixated on that one is why they crumble and they give in.
Right, because the thing is that the mistake a lot of guys make is that they think that the game is about women. And so then what they do is they look at the woman as special. And also too, if a woman is getting at them, and this is what guys got to pay attention to. I hear a lot of guys on the internet, they're like, I want a girl to approach me and I want women to give me choosing signals and all this other stuff. And, girl coming at me. So let's say a woman does come at the guy in the DM, or a woman does approach, let's say she actually approaches you in the street or whatever it is like that. Right now, that happens, but it doesn't happen often for most guys, but it does happen. Now, the problem though is, and this is what most guys don't understand, is that sometimes women seek out weak men. Because what that means is that they know that you're weak, and so they're ready to use you, because this is what usually happens. Women will date a guy that they're highly attracted to and they're interested in, right? So let's call him, he's the top guy, he's the sexually attractive alpha male that she's interested in, and so forth and so on. Okay. That guy plays her or breaks her heart or whatever it is, right? So now what happens is women, what they'll do is that they'll date the opposite of what they had before. So if this sexually attractive dude who has game played her or dumped her or stopped talking to her, she's going to go for the opposite, which is, the guy who doesn't have game, the guy who's like, chasing women, the guy who's the nerdy, the guy, whatever. So now this is where you might get a DM from that hot girl. This is where you might get that really hot chick smiling at you and checking you out. Because what happens is that she's targeting you to use you, because you have to ask yourself this question, right? If you're the type of guy who's scared to approach women, if you're the type of guy who hardly gets any women, if you're the type of guy who's having trouble in the dating game, why would that woman want you? And see, this is where people's ego comes in, is that they want to believe, oh man, this really hot chick, is interested in me. But you have to look at your history and say, well, what did I do to be able to deserve this hot woman trying to get at me? Okay. And that's what people understand. The game is about balance. So if you're the type of guy who's never approached a girl, or you're scared to approach women, you don't have any game, what would make you that attractive that woman would choose you out of everybody else? So you have to need to be up and say, well, wait a second, there got to be something a little fishy about this. So what will happen is a lot of times women will do this to weak guys, because what she can do is she can use that weak guy because she knows that guy's going to worship her. And if she uses that guy to boost her self-esteem up to now go back to the guys she actually wants. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is guys have to understand game, because they got to understand game, because when you don't understand game, you get caught up and you don't even realize why things are happening the way they're happening. Because when you don't have self-awareness, right, you don't realize why this situation is happening. The situation actually doesn't make sense, but you just take it on. And then this is where it gets worse. That guy might get emotionally attached to that woman. And then when she does eventually leave him, because she will, when she finds the next guy she really wants to be with, then he's going to be heartbroken. He's going to feel some type of way. He's going to run to the red pill and, the internet and say, women ain't nothing. That's how it works. It's like, and that's because he didn't understand what was actually happening in the situation. It's terrible.
Okay. Like that. Let's see. Next one's going to be, once again, your personal opinion. I see it, but do you feel most women like wave off, swipe left, disregard majority of men, and they only see a certain type of man nowadays? Like most men are getting disqualified.
Oh yeah, definitely.
See,
and you know what?
Yeah, in your opinion, why is it?
Well, this is the thing. So, a lot of people, what they do is I've heard this a lot of times when people said social media, has made it harder for guys, and social media changed the game and all that. Now that's half true. And what I mean by that is, the issue is there's always been guys who can easily make things happen with women. And then there's always been guys who had a hard time, right? Now, the guys who are the most sexually attractive are the guys who are going to get it easier. The guys who are not, the guys who are it's going to be hard for. So because of social media, what happened is, in these dating apps and all this other stuff, is that it's become way more easier for the guys who are sexually attractive and way more harder for the guys who aren't. And that's because of access. So when a woman has access to a lot more attractive guys, that means the unattractive guys basically get thrown by the wayside. You see what I'm saying? Which is going to make it harder for them with apps and social media and all this other stuff. Because now it's went from, let's say you know, back in the day, you know, a guy would live in a certain small town or something, and it was just like whoever was in a small town, that was who got together. Now, social media, it's all over the world. So now that women have access to lots of different attractive men from everywhere. So now if you're the type of guy who is not attractive, then it's going to be hard for you. Now, and this is the thing, when I say attractive, what most guys think is they just think about looks.
Yeah,
right?
Looks automatically,
Right, they just go automatically to looks. When I say attractive really means overall. Now, your looks can play a part in it, but it's not just your looks. It's overall. You have to be an overall attractive guy, so that what happens is that the woman recognizes that, and then that's what makes her actually want to interact with you. So there's certain traits. This is why I said when it comes to sex appeal is looks, appearance, and behavior. You have a certain look, you have a certain appearance, you have a certain behavior that shows her, okay, he's the guy. He's just like he reminds me of the other guy I was attracted to. So I'm gonna see what's popping with him. It's just like if you see, and I'll just use a simple example for us as men. We look at the physical, right? We see a girl, you know, who's thick, right? If you see another girl who's just as thick, you're like, oh yeah, I want to holler at her too, because she reminds you of the other thick girl you like. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the same thing with women is that when they see you, when they hear you, when they see what you're doing, you remind them, because remember, they got to make quick decisions because they get dudes coming at them all the time. So they make a quick decision, or they get a feeling like, okay, yeah, he is that guy. So like if we're doing online dating, what happens is that a lot of guys are going to get swiped left because, one, their pictures are terrible. They get these low quality pictures, so you can't even see if, you know, you're looking decent or not. So already going to swipe left because they're like, this guy sucks because he doesn't look good already, just off the quality of the picture. Then what happens is sometimes what'll go down is women will look in your bio, and based on what you're saying in your bio, she's going to come up with a sort of image of who you might be. Now, if you don't know how to, if you're a guy who's not smooth, if you're a guy who's not a ladies' man, if you're a guy who seems like you're going to be awkward and weird, she can tell that through your bio. She can tell that through your pictures. How are you dressing? What's going on? You know, so women look at all these things and then they make the decisions. This happens super quickly. So if you're the type of guy who, you don't have to be, and I say this, you don't have to be good looking. You just have to look good. You understand what I'm saying?
I like that one. I like
Another one.
Right. So guys think they gotta be 6'7" with a six pack and all this. No. You don't gotta be good looking. You just have to look good. And what looking good means is looking your best and presenting as your best. And most guys don't present as their best, which is why they have issues. It's not because they're not 6 feet. You understand? It's because they're not presenting as their best. So if you could be a dude who's 5'9", you understand? Average looking dude. But if you dress well, right? If you get a haircut, you shave your beard and mustache and make sure that shit looking good. You put on clothes that fit, clothes that look clean and everything. And then you take high quality pictures on your profile. And then you have a great bio. You're going to get matches. You understand what I'm saying? But a lot of guys think they need to look like a male model, and that's not true. You know what I'm saying?
So would you say they overthinking it, or they just going based upon what they see is normal on social media?
Yeah, I would say what happens is a lot of guys just don't know. So what happens is a lot of guys, and this is a problem. Whenever you're looking at the game, like you have to look at the game objectively. And what a lot of guys do is they look at it in just their own view and perspective. So let's say, for example, I'm a guy and I'm just trying to do a dating profile or whatever, right? And I'm like, I want to get on dating apps and blah, 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 right? So now I just take my phone up and I take some pictures real quick and the lighting's terrible. The background looks horrible. I upload those things and then I write nothing in my bio. So now I'm swiping, so I'm like, yo, how come I'm not getting no matches? The reason why you're not getting any matches is because you're not the only one on the app. You are on the app with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of other guys who took better pictures than you, who dress better than you, who have a better bio than you. So why would she pick you? She's not. You see what I'm saying? So you have to look at things in its entirety. So imagine you're the type of guy who's scared to approach women, right?
Yeah.
Now, there are other guys who are not afraid to approach women. So why would she choose you when these other guys have the balls to go and approach and make something happen? You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So guys, they look at it like, oh, woe is me, I can't get girls and all that other stuff. But it's like part of the reason why is because you don't realize that you're not actually putting in any work in the game while others are. So the others are already at the head of the line than you, and you're not even doing anything. But you think you're doing something because you're doing something on your end, but either you don't know what you're doing, you're not doing it enough, right? And you just don't understand where you're at in the game because there's certain things in the game you may not understand when it comes to dealing with women.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And lastly, my last question, I'll see if you can describe this for me. I came across it, seen you speak on it. Men are thrown away, mind blown by women that are promiscuous, and they want to avoid that. Why did you say that men have to understand and like want a woman who understands her promiscuous and why she is?
Right. So a guy's this is the problem with a lot of guys. They don't understand how much women love sex. They do not understand. See, first of all, women basically have twice as many nerve endings on their clit than the guy has on his penis. Right. That's one. Two. Women have like 12 different types of orgasms they can have. You understand what I'm saying? So women love sex. What happens is that the reason why most guys feel some type of way about a woman being promiscuous is because what they think it says about her as a woman and just, in general, looking at her like she's different. And what I try to teach guys is that most women are what you would call promiscuous, meaning that most women are out here getting it in. You just don't know they're getting it in because you're not the guy getting it. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
This thing, guys who are players and guys who get a lot of sex,
they understand.
They understand.
Yeah.
They listen. Let me tell you something. There's times where so I'm 42 years old. So when I was in my, let's say, mid 20s, right? There was a time where I had a rotation of like 9 girls, and it was too much. It was just a lot. You know what I'm saying? And what happened is that I'd have multiple women hit me up just to hook up, like in one day. You understand what I'm saying? Like I actually have a book. I have a book called How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. That's from my experiences of you know what I'm saying? With most, they like sex. So when a woman is sexually attracted to you, she's gonna want to have sex. The reason why guys think that there's 2 types of girls, they think there's like the thought and the good girl. It's all one girl. It's like Superman and Clark Kent. They're the same person. They just act different to different guys. So I tell guys is that if you're the sexually attractive, sexually appealing guy, that girl, let's call her Tiffany. Tiffany's going to go to guy A, who's the sexually appealing, attractive guy. She's going to sleep with him on the first night.
Okay.
And then Tiffany's going to go on a date with guy B, and guy B is going to take her to dinner. He's going to wine and dine her. He's going to take her on 2 or 3 or 4 dates. He's going to treat Tiffany like a princess. And what Tiffany's going to do, she's going to tell that guy, hey, I'm not the type of girl. I got to get to know you. So the guy A, she had sex with him on the first night. Guy B, she's taking it slow with him. So most guys are guy B. Most guys don't know that Tiffany had sex with guy A quickly. You see what I'm saying?
I guess.
And so what happens is that because most guys are guy B, when they hear a woman being promiscuous, they think there's something wrong with her. Oh, she's a thought. She's not a good girl. No. A good girl is the act that she's putting on for you because she wants you to be her man. Because what happens is that the guys who aren't really necessarily that sexually attractive, she's like, well, he has resources. He's consistent. He's putting me on a pedestal. He's showing me how much he cares and is interested. So I want him as a boyfriend. I don't want guy A as a boyfriend. Guy A just had sex with me. He kept it moving. But guy B, I got to pretend to girl, right. And so it's the guy's perception. So what I'm saying to you guys out there is that you actually want the woman to know that she likes to get it in.
Okay.
Because if she knows that you know that she likes to get it in, that's how she's going to come at you. And then if you want a relationship with her, that's how your relationship is going to be moving forward.
Okay.
The reason why you hear a lot of guys who are in marriages or even long-term relationships, you would hear guys say, man, my girl, we haven't had sex in a month, or we haven't had sex in a few weeks. You know why that happens? It's because those women were playing the good girl. They made you wait. So now waiting is normal to you because you've been waiting since you met her. Because you wanted to hook up with her first date, but you waited 3 dates. You wanted to have sex with her that night, but she made you wait. So now while you're in the relationship, she's also making you wait because she's not that interested. So now she's going to say, I got a headache, this and this and that. And then you're waiting because that's what you've been doing. And what that also does is it reinforces your belief that women don't like sex. Okay. Because your girl ain't giving you sex like that because she was never giving you sex like that.
Another one.
That's all keep on dropping. Right. Yeah, appreciate all the gems, man. Lastly, please tell me why they need to sign up for this Bad Boy membership.
Yeah, so basically, the Bad Boy membership is a program where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month. Okay. So what I do is I drop every month a new tutorial that teaches you how to attract women, how to maintain women, how to flirt, how to be sexually appealing, all these different things. And it's step-by-step stuff. You just watch it, take notes, and actually go out there and put it into practice. And what it does is that it makes you more attractive. And it's the thing that's going to get you to understand who you actually are when it comes to this game in order to make yourself more appealing in the entire game. So it's really, you working on your own skills that's going to make you an overall attractive guy. Because I was talking about earlier, where I was saying that a guy who is doing things for him and he's unwavering, he's not going to be compromised. That's the type of guy that women are really, really, really attracted to, because what it is, you want to get women to start chasing you instead of you chasing them. You understand? You want to go from I'm trying to get pussy to I'm going to see if I allow her to get my dick. You see what I'm saying? That's what you.
There you go.
You see what I mean?
Okay.
Right.
Okay. And tell them.
So that's Bad Boy.
And then, can you give them all your social medias?
Yeah. So you guys can find me on Instagram. It's at real Mr. Locario. That's MRLOCARIO. So at real Mr. Locario. You can find me on YouTube at just put Mr. Locario in the search. And you could also go to my main site, which is mr.locario.com. So you can check that out. And again, go to badboymembership.com to join the Bad Boy membership. And also check out my business partner, Miles Cunningham. He has a website called masculineidentitymembership.com. And that membership teaches you about masculinity, about who you are as a man, your identity, and sticking to that. So he goes even more in depth on that program. So you guys should check that out.
Man, perfect. And then all you guys, man, please listen to me the way I came across him, man. I jumped in one of his lives, man, and they speak real truth, man. They let a lot of live in calls come in, man. They give you answers right there and there. So I'm gonna take all this information. It's gonna be at the bottom of this video, man. Make sure to tune in and sign up for this program. Show him some love. I appreciate you again, man, doing the show, man. We're gonna do this again real soon, man, when 24 drops.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, man.
For sure, man. Thank you.
And I'm out.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
All right.